So, another YouTube couple broke up. And I think this is a very teachable moment, you know what I'm saying? So if you're an avid YouTube watcher, then you're very familiar with couples channels and people in general posting videos with their significant other. And I think we tend to lose the sight of the fact that these are people too. They go through their ups and downs, they have their good sides, which they usually show on video, but also the bad sides, the arguments, all that other shit that's not so presentable. So here's everything wrong with couples channels, and most importantly, why you should never, ever, ever put people on a pedestal. Let's tap in.
We just popped another bottle, we ain't worried about tomorrow. Yeah, I'm coolin' like gelato, well, like Northern Colorado. Dog, I stay up on that throttle, I ain't worried about tomorrow. I ain't worried about tomorrow, I ain't worried.
Welcome back to the channel. Wagwan, my G's, what's goody? If you're new, consider subscribing. I'm a cool guy, I'm a normal guy.
I go through my day pretty normal, like I'm a normal guy, I'm a swell guy, I'm a nice enough guy, I'm a cool kind of guy, I'm a pretty groovy guy.
I'm a regular guy, you know. I'm just on the other side of the screen here. But essentially, what you get from me are videos that are entertaining to watch, make you laugh, brighten up your day, but also are educational and informative, and just better your life in one way or another. So consider subscribing. So if you've never heard of these two people before, essentially DymondFlawless and King Sid broke up because of like abuse allegations.
It's hard enough to even tell anybody what you've been going through. We haven't been like this in a while, to be completely honest with you. We haven't. Ever since he put his hands on me, I've been checked out mentally, and he knows that. Because when he put his hands on me, we were having a discussion. While we were having a discussion, I just said, honestly, Jason, I don't think this is gonna work out. I was breaking up with him because I did not feel it anymore. I said, I don't wanna do this anymore. As soon as I said I didn't want to be with him, he put me against the wall and he said, don't ever say that again. When I said stop, he just kept going, bruh. That's when I knew. As soon as he finally let go, I was like, I didn't say nothing. Like, you just choked me and I can't even speak. I told you to stop and you still going. Like, that's when I knew in my head, I'm thinking like, I'm gonna pour alcohol on it. For anybody who wants to say his makeup. I understand, I'm a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber. But listen to this. This is not a prank, this is not a joke, this is not ha ha ha, a key.
Obviously, Dy'mond had her own receipts and King Sid did his own shit on his Instagram and stuff like that. And you know, that in itself is another, I didn't want to go into the tea or the drama because I don't really be with the drama. I'm not a drama channel, I'm more of a commentary, stuff like that. I just wanted to get to the idea, the root basis of this whole thing, right? Is the idea of putting people on a pedestal, making people.
Many months later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
Almost idolizing people in a sense. Especially on YouTube. You should never idolize any man or woman, because you never see the full picture. You never see the full 360-degree scenario, right? Nobody is posting pictures of their arguments with their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. It does not make sense. Why would I post a picture of it? What I do want people to start doing, people who do have couples channels, who do post lots of videos with their significant other, is they start talking about how they get into arguments, why they get into arguments, so that people, especially kids, people in high school, people who going to their first prom, people who are still in college, uni, understand that no relationship is perfect. Like, all this relationship goals, bro, no. Stop this shit.
Ah, who is this?
I don't know her.
Oh, now you wanna act like you don't know who she is.
I don't know her.
Act retarded if you want to, Marquise.
I don't know her.
I don't know. I don't know her.
Relationship goals are trash. Absolute trash. Like, even for me personally, right? On my channel, if you, after you watch this video or after you stalk my channel a bit, you realize that I talk about addiction a lot. Like, people who are addicted to alcohol, pornography, weed, stuff like that. And for me personally, my own personal addiction was pornography, right? Can I be real? okay, let's be real, okay? At a certain point, I was like beating my meat like 3-4 times per day just to like get my nut off or get my rocks off, right? And I was like, porn was kind of consuming my life in a sense. Rather than go play ball with the homies or rather than go on a date. I've even canceled a date with a girl before because I wanted to stay home and not like deal with female energy or not like deal with a girl. I was like, forget that. The girls on porn, quote unquote, are already hotter, right? Why am I gonna go on a date with this girl when I can just, you know, get my sexual release with porn and stuff like that, right? So porn is kind of like my crutch. It's something I was like, something I was dealing with, an internal issue that I was struggling with, right? And obviously, when you start doing something excessively, my quote that I always told you is, too much of any good thing is good for nothing. It's the abuse of these things, overly sharing. Like, yo, I'm always skeptical of people that post a lot of videos or pictures with their boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm like, do y'all really need to be posting each other this much, this often?
You ever see something online and you make that exact expression?
Like for me personally, after a year of being together officially, I'll post a solid picture because by then I'll know this is actually a real thing. If you can last a year, then we're probably, you know, for the most part, pretty serious or pretty, you know, it's going to that part. Now I don't know how long Dy'mond and Kingston were actually together. I mean, past like just the talking stage. I wouldn't say they were together for more than a year, more than, you know, 6 months or so. So as a quality tip, are you posting your man? Like give it a year. Just give it a year. If y'all still together after a year, then you don't have to answer all these questions about what happened to your boyfriend, what happened to your man, what happened to your girl, what happened, and then you have to start retelling the story to each person separately, right? Give it a year. But yeah, essentially, like I was struggling with porn, and I started looking at girls as people in general, mostly girls because I'm attracted to girls, right? But what porn essentially does, it makes you look at people as sexual objects rather than people, rather than like people who you are sharing a shared experience with. And like although I talk about how to overcome your addiction to porn, like I've been going for a year and a half so far without watching porn. And although I speak about it, how the strategies to overcome it, I am no better than anybody else. The person who's going on his first day without watching porn, or the person who's on his 30th day without watching porn. Me being a year and a half or so far in and teaching, I am still susceptible to fall into the prey of watching porn again and beating my meat and relapsing. So I still have to do the necessary things for myself, such as not watching all these thirst traps on Instagram, not watching overly sexualized movies or TV shows, and really still being humble and having humility in the knowledge that I can still relapse, that I can still like go back to it if I put myself in that situation. So first of all, the first thing I want y'all to start doing is stop being gullible. Understand that people, this is strictly entertainment.
It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. The camera is right there, bro.
Entertainment. Although they might give you relationship advice here and there, you don't see the back end. You don't only see the center stage. You only see the presentation of the relationship. You never see the back end of what's going on behind closed doors. Understand that nobody, Shombo, are you listening?
No, listen, Linda.
Are you listening, bro? Nobody is posting their fights and arguments on YouTube or Instagram, whatever it is. All you see is all those cute little thriller videos or thriller snaps, these cute little pics here and there, and like it looks all fun, rosy, and stuff like that. But nobody's showing you the dark side of relationships. Relationships take work. They shouldn't be like stressful per se, but they take work to maintain, communicate, make sure you guys are understanding each other and stuff like that. I mean, like, even just think about it, like the celebrities that you look up to or that you know look at, they have divorces. All of them typically have divorces. Most of them like are on their second, third marriages. Why is that? You see the pics, you see the red carpet pictures, but you don't see what's going on behind the scenes. Stop being gullible, please. I understand, even as younger people watching it, as you're 13, 14, 15, even if you're 18, sometimes you just get lost in the sauce.
Is it hard to be fresh if you don't have money, or can you still pull it off?
See, when I ain't had no money, I still had sauce. Mm-hmm. See, if you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. Mm-hmm. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
Of like, oh, they look so happy together, I want something like that. They are relationship goals, like the whole like Russell Wilson and Sierra type thing. You know how Sierra left the toxic man in Future and found her husband in Russell Wilson. They still have their own shit that they go through too. They're probably not gonna post it, you know, as the marketing, as like they have a certain like you could say image to uphold that they've set for themselves. So they're not really gonna post stuff like that on their social media. They might talk about it. They might like say, oh yeah, we had an argument here and there, but the actual argument, the actual clip of itself, no one's posting that. Just be mindful. Everything you see on YouTube, whatever, wherever, take it with a grain of salt. Now, people can do whatever they want. People can, you know, post their thirst traps, make a fake couples channel, be all lovey-dovey, like, you know, the Ace family, show you their nice cars, you know, shout out to DDG and his mansion, all that stuff. And it's cool. It's cool to have inspiration or aspire to be something like that. Even for myself, right? It took me about a year to get to 1,000 subscribers. And within like the past like 4 months, I'm at 3K. But nobody would really understand like how hard it was unless they actually experienced it themselves. I could tell you, like, yo, it took me a year to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, okay, but you don't really understand unless you actually go through it yourself. And I can tell you, yo, how to quit, you know, watching porn, or how to quit alcohol, or how to quit weed, and you know, I can teach you about it. But even myself, if I'm not cautious, if I'm not like mindful, I can still fall prey to temptations as well. Like, I never struggled with alcohol or weed. Mine was porn. But the psychology of how you quit your addictions for all these things, like porn, alcohol, coffee, Adderall, cigarettes, vaping, are all the same, right? So even me teaching you how to quit your addiction, I'm susceptible to relapses if I don't take the necessary precautions. And all the couple channels you watch, all the fake pranks, or the pranks even in general, if they're not fake, just see it as entertainment. It's entertainment, but don't let that be like your whole guiding light. Because if you don't see like the back end of the relationship, like straight up, you can't take their advice necessarily. So essentially, don't let couples channels or people who make a lot of like lovey-dovey couple videos, don't let their lives give you an augmented reality. Stay true to yourself. See it for the entertainment that it is. And if you can take some tidbits of knowledge here and there, so be it. But don't get lost in the sauce of them being, oh, it's such an awesome person. Like, yo, real recognize real. I see you doing your thing. I might want to be like that or have something like that in the future. But I see you guys also have your flaws. But yo, again, if you are struggling with any type of addiction, pornography, alcohol, weed, coffee, cigarettes, vaping, any of that stuff, I am an addiction expert. So if y'all want to know how to do that, the meditation you should be doing, the foods you should be eating to quit your addiction once and for all, check it out. Yo, shout out to DymondFlawless and King Sid. Y'all gave us some content to talk about. Hopefully y'all are able to go your separate ways peacefully without any more drama being spilled, you know what I'm saying? But yo, God bless, much love, peace and joy, namaste, and always remember, always, 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 if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.
I ain't worried about tomorrow, no. Coming from the west side, shout out to the land, yeah. Know I'm gonna get my fan to the bands, hey, fan to the bands, I'm a land.